Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of 1v1 with Ted. And on this one, I'm here to talk about something that's been bothering me recently in the NBA and just like speaking on why I really do this or like why I enjoy doing this a lot. So it's not even like a specific topic. It's just a few things I've seen a lot recently on television. If you didn't know, when it comes to sports stuff, it's been mainly about what LeBron and Stephen A did, or like anything to do with LeBron, which is like very weird. But like I understand he's one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion, the greatest. But like still, every damn topic doesn't have to be about LeBron James or like what Stephen A thinks about LeBron defending his son, which really doesn't matter. He's defending his son. Shut the fuck up. Like you were in the wrong, bro. But anyway, my point of it is most of the most mainstream media members of the NBA side, like NBA sphere, as you want to call it, or even any real sports like thing, they don't care about basketball. They just care about like drama. It's very reality TV-esque, and I understand it might be entertaining at times, but like as a person who really loves this shit, it's very hard to watch. Like it's damn near impossible. Like I tried to get through an episode of First Take, and it's like, wow, they don't talk about shit for 30 minutes. Like there isn't a substantial conversation to be had about any sport, but specifically basketball. And it just sucks to see, because this is like the mainstream media of basketball. There are so many people who watch this shit because they're like, oh, okay, yeah, they're talking about ball. I'm a casual fan, but I want to get into it. And it's just not the way to go, because you're not going to learn anything about ball. You know what you're going to do? You're just going to sit there listening to them talk about fucking nothing for hours. They're going to talk about the GOAT debate 14 times. This isn't what we should be embracing as like parts of NBA media. I just don't understand that. I don't understand why that's like the thing that they want to go for, when in general there's so many people who are like probably obviously smaller, but like still they talk about basketball in such a more passionate way, or in a more passionate light, because this shit isn't just like, it's not just like a sport. The NBA and basketball in general isn't just like a sport, at least to me. Like it's been my life for a very long time. It took me a while to really try to get a platform to talk about it, because I was like nervous and shit. But like this is something that I've like really cared about since I was, I don't even know, like 8. Like ever since I was a little kid, I've been addicted to basketball, and it's like annoying as fuck to see these people just obviously talk about it for nothing more than just money and monetary value. It's bullshit. I genuinely don't see how this cannot be all there is when it comes to basketball. Like there has to be more access to people who are talking about shit that actually matters within the sport. Like I don't want to hear y'all talk about the GOAT debate 14 times. They had this one like motherfucker who played hockey, I don't know his name, like PJ Carrollson, JJ Slider, I don't fucking know him. I don't know who he is. I've never heard of him in my life because I don't watch hockey. He might be nice, but bro, shut the fuck up. They're trying to talk about Ovechkin passing Wayne Gretzky in goals, and then he brings up the Kobe, LeBron, Jordan debate. Is you cool, bro? Like, is that how you get on ESPN? Do you have to just talk about LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan all day? Do we have to have the same debates on repeat? Like, what are we talking about right now? Like, why are we talking about this right now? This is not the place to talk about this. We have better things to do. Like, there's way more important shit within basketball to talk about. There's so, like, for example, when have they talked about the Rookie of the Year race? When have they talked about rookies in general? Like, when have they talked about how they were just wrong about this draft being terrible, and how there's so many good pieces that have came from this draft? Like, Zachary Ricochet is looking amazing. Alex Sarr has shown multiple flashes. Jared McCain, before his injury, was looking great. We have people like Stefan Cassell, amazing player. And we have other storylines within that draft as well, such as Rob Dillingham's relationship with his coach, his coaching staff, seeing if he's going to stay with Minnesota after all the things that's happened so far. Like, there was a few months ago, there was a few shots of like Rob on the bench arguing with Coach Chris Finch, and it's just like nobody talked about it. Nobody. It just was a complete silence, and we're like, it's like, why are we just regurgitating the same bullshit instead of just like, oh, okay, there's something interesting there within a playoff team. We can talk about that, see what it leads to. There's something interesting there with this playoff team. Let's see if they have any like if they coincide or anything, talk about like the Detroit Pistons, their type of like turnaround they've had. It might be one of the biggest turnarounds ever. I think the Celtics have the biggest from 2007, I believe, when they got KG, but it's one of the best turnarounds ever. Give them some love. But no, we just want to talk about like the Lakers, LeBron, the Warriors, like on repeat, when there's way more shit to talk about when it comes to basketball. I don't even have anything written down. I don't have any news in front of me. I don't have any like examples of shit to talk about. I just told y'all 7 different things, probably around that number, that have so much meaning within basketball right now, within the NBA, that you probably didn't know, forgot about, or don't hear about, because all they talk about is the same shit over and over and over again. Over and over again. They like to compare eras, which is idiotic. It's a waste of time. Like, it's genuinely not even worth anybody's time to try to compare eras, because simply put, you can't. Everything's different. In the 1960s, dribbling was damn near illegal. They didn't even record blocks and steals. In the 70s, everybody was on crack. But for real, like, the NBA was in a very bad place during the 70s. 80s, that's when we started to get more into the modern era. Still not modern enough, though. 90s is closer to the modern era, but there's still a lot of real changes within that time period. And like, even the 2000s now, it's been 20 years since 2000, it's been 20 years since 2005, and that's when the Spurs won. Crazy. But like, it's hard to really compare the era, because it's so fun. Like, basketball is always evolving, and that's at least why I love it. It's not stagnant. It's not the same shit over and over again. Because if it was the same shit over and over again, and like, I see people talking about this all the time, if basketball right now was the way it was in 2004, you wouldn't like basketball anymore. You wouldn't like basketball. You know why you wouldn't like basketball? Because you could be like, oh, it's the same shit as last year. It's the same shit as every other year. And people like to look back on, for example, the Warriors with KD with like rose-tinted glasses, as they say, because it was, the greatest team of all time hooping. And by the way, I'm a Warriors fan. I love that era because we looked like we were literally the greatest team of all time. The way we played basketball was beautiful. But if I wasn't a fan of the Warriors, I would literally never talk well about that time period. We were a shoo-in to win the ring every year. The only time we didn't win a ring was because Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Boogie, injuries. Literally injuries was the only reason we didn't beat the Toronto Raptors. Not to discredit them, I think Kawhi's run there was beautiful, but like, we are the only reason like that we lost. There's nobody else. Why do y'all miss that? Right now, we are in the most parity-filled period of the league since probably 2000, like the early 2000s. We have teams all over the place. Last season it was the Celtics. The year before that it was the Nuggets. The year before that it was the Warriors. The year before that was the Bucks. The year before that it was the Lakers. Since the 2020s, we have not had a repeat champion. That is what we want. I understand people have affinities towards dynasties because we've seen a few in our lifetime already, but the best thing with basketball will always be parity, and that's why I fucking love it. It is 82 games of pure entertainment and parity. I don't care about, what legacy or fuck that shit. That's for little ass kids. That's not for me. I'm here to watch basketball and truly enjoy what I'm watching and loving it. And that's what I've been doing this entire season. And there's some teams where like it's hard to watch. I've spoken about it on the pod before. Like sometimes it's harder to watch the Celtics because they're so 3-point centric, and it's just like I want to see more creativity within offense. But like at the end of the day, they're one of the best teams in the league. They have moments in games where you have to watch because they're so damn good. But once again, I just have a problem with the way that the NBA's been covered for the last probably like 6-7 years. It's just GOAT debate. Oh, Lakers. Oh, Warriors. Oh, Knicks. Oh, the Knicks are gonna make it to the finals. Basically, this is my love letter to basketball, and like kind of like my my hate note to like Stephen A. Smith and those type of people. It's not specifically just Stephen A., even though he is the one that's on my mind currently. There's a lot more people who do it. Specifically, First Take is what I'm talking about, because they're really bad with it. But like, I think the sport deserves better than what we're giving it right now, especially when it comes to the pundits speaking about the sport that we are watching. But that's just my opinion. I know some people might love those shows. I mean, there's a reason why they're on. Like, I'm not saying that. Nah, it should be canceled. It should be taken off TV, because it's a net negative for basketball, in my opinion. It's a net negative for sports in general, because like, it's just leading casual fans to the same tonic that they always get. Like, every time you hear a casual fan talk about basketball, it's probably the GOAT debate, because they don't know anything else. Like, every single talking point within basketball, if like, I have a few friends who are casuals, I have a few family members that are casuals, and whenever I start talking about basketball or mention like LeBron and Michael Jordan, it turns into like this debate. And I don't want to debate the GOAT debate probably ever. Like, I don't walk around thinking, oh yeah, I can't wait to meet someone so we can talk about Michael Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe. I fucking hate that conversation. I'm tired of that conversation. Genuinely, like 100% I'm tired of that convo. So like, there is no part of me that wants to begin that convo. It's just that since they are casual fans and what they see in the media is just the GOAT debate, Lakers, LeBron, Curry, the same shit, it's kind of like unconsciously instilled in their brain to just talk about the same shit over and over again. But I'm rambling. I'm yapping. Thank y'all for tuning in for another episode. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. You know what I mean? Just, if you want to comment, you can. Just talk about your, like, how you fell in love with the sport, or like how you are currently falling in love with the sport, what made you fall in love with the sport, things like that. It's disappointing as a person who really cares about this shit to see how like people on television or like notable names within this like within the mold speak about basketball. Like, for example, I know well, for example, during the All-Star game, all that we really heard within like this new format and like new way of doing it was negativity from everybody who was covering the sport, or at least even people who were literally there. Like, people who were like supposed to be like hyping it up were speaking negatively about what was happening. And I understand, speak your mind, but don't be a bitter old head in every scenario. That shit is boring. That's how I feel about. I understand people like TNT, NBA on TNT. I'm not really the biggest fan of it because of that shit. Everything that's new, they hate. And it's just like, what is the commissioner supposed to do to really revamp this sport that y'all are consistently talking shit about on TV if he can't do something new? Like, the whole time before the All-Star game, everybody, even current players like Draymond Green, I thought what he said was fucking dumb. Like, I genuinely think that going into a new format with closed eyes and closed ears is idiotic. I think you should head into every single thing that we are trying out in the league with open arms, because we love the league. We love what we're watching. We love what we're doing. We love what we're seeing overall. The changes that Adam Silver has made into the league have been pretty profitable. Like, when it comes to good games and good basketball, like the in-season tournament had some good basketball moments this year. The Bucks won it, in case y'all forgot. It was very, very entertaining. The play-in tournament. Even though I don't agree with the current way the play-in tournament is, like, there should be like a win-loss ratio within the play-in stuff. Like, for example, right now the East, I don't think that they should have a 9-10 matchup. I'm sorry, I really don't. But like, I think that it's produced more postseason games that people want and just funner games. Like, a lot of like play-in moments are very, very like pivotal to what we see during the like postseason. So, damn, I just gave this bum ass dude some bro. But yeah, I also see a lot of things like that with like college basketball, or like people who like call themselves like they know what they're talking about when it comes to drafts, or like draft experts, or like even just people on TV during the draft. Y'all didn't watch college basketball if you believe what you are like saying, in my opinion. Like, there's just no way. There's no way they watched college basketball and thought that Stephon Cassell, fucking Kel was gonna be bad. There's just no way you thought that these were not gonna be players with impact. That was like the whole thing with this draft. This draft, they were talking about the players like they weren't going to have an impact, when that's just not the way to look at drafts. Was there a superstar player off the bat in this draft? No, but that's fucking normal. We shouldn't expect a fucking Anthony Davis, a LeBron, a Curry, a fucking, like, we shouldn't expect this in every draft. It's dumb to think that way. We had somebody who had who had like the fucking intangibles of a star with Alex Sarr. We had somebody like Zach Richase, who was on paper in every way a super skilled scorer, off the ball, great player, and pretty athletic. That's what he is right now. He just had a 30-plus point game taking like 2 dribbles. Like, we see what we're seeing from these players, and if you actually scouted and looked into the players, you would realize, okay, yeah, this is what they do. Like, this is what I should have expected. Like, even on like on different notes, we have people like Donovan Clingan, who's a great defender and a great rebounder already for his current age. If you watched college basketball, you would realize, oh yeah, that was written on the wall from day one. He's 7'2", amazing at staying out of foul trouble. Yeah, he's going to be a great impact defender. And low-key, the Blazers have been a good team this year compared to how they were last season. It's just that you wouldn't know that because nobody fucking talks about it. They only have 44 losses. Like, they're actually progressing pretty well as a team. You just wouldn't fucking know that. Like, there's players in this draft right now that you probably don't even know about, that you don't think about. Like, I understand there's like Will Riley, great potential coming out of Illinois. We have people like, I don't know how to say his name, another player out of Illinois. It's like Carispas. I don't know how to say his name. Honestly, I really don't. But like, you have people that are coming in. And like, I'm happy that college has a thing like March Madness where you can see these younger players, or even like these like people like Walter Clayton. He came into March Madness, not much notoriety. Right now, people are talking about him like he should be a lottery pick. Do I think he's a lottery pick? Late lotto or late first round, mid to late first round, in my opinion. But he's a really skilled player, and like, if it wasn't for March Madness, nobody would talk about him, and nobody would know who he is. And that's the scary part about the media. There are so many people that people just don't really know about. Like, you don't know about Igor Demeen with BYU because they don't talk about BYU. They don't talk about how, you know, when they're going to talk about BYU next year. You know why? Because literally a person that is compared to some of the best players in basketball is going to BYU. They only care about the superstars. They don't care about the great players that are coming up. And that is why people are so misinformed, or like just ill-informed in general when it comes to college basketball, or just going into a draft, seeing the players on a piece of paper and being like, okay, yeah, I like that. Like, for example, another one, the Bulls have Matas Buzelis. He has shown insane flashes of being a great player and a great scorer, good defender. People don't know that. People only know that he's a bad shooter because all people do is talk about the negatives within people in this draft. That's the worst part about the sport right now. And I know I went on a little ramble. I don't give a fuck. If you watched it, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure to share this with your friends, with your fam, with your brother, with your mother, with your sister, with everybody in your motherfucking life. Even people you hate. If you hate the video, you can send it to somebody you hate. Be like, look at this, so they can hate it too. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Stop playing with basketball. Love basketball. And if you don't watch basketball, start watching basketball. See y'all next time, and peace.